Hello everyone, Dark Blaine here, back playing some more AFK Arena. And in this video, I'm going to review Mishka, the wild child. I'm going to look at her skills, her signature item, her furniture, and also look at her engraving, and I might even test her out in the Arena of Trials here. So let's get on with the video. Okay, so I'm going to start off with her skills, starting with her ultimate ability here. It's called Werebear. Mishka transforms into Werebear form and jumps into the densest area of enemies, dealing 250% damage to surrounding enemies as she hits the ground, knocking them into the air and stunning them for 5 seconds. 250% additional damage is also dealt to the central enemy heroes. After hitting the ground, Mishka lets out a terrifying growl, which reduces enemies' defense ratings by 30% for 8 seconds. This effect cannot be stacked. Mishka is able to ignore and is immune to all control effects while in Werebear form. And with level 2, enemies' defense ratings are reduced by 40%, and at level 3, enemies are stunned for 6 seconds. So, she's able to transform into a Werebear, and she does a lot of damage to the enemies, and she knocks them into the air and stuns them for 6 seconds with the level 3. And she also lets out a terrifying growl, which reduces the enemy's defense ratings by 40% with level 2 for 8 seconds. So this is quite a bit of a control ability here, quite a long time to control. For 6 seconds, that's quite a few seconds there. So yeah, this ability sounds pretty good here. I would really like to see how she looks in her Werebear form. I hope she looks really cool. Okay, that's her ultimate skill. And before I move on to her other skills, she is a wilder. She's a strength-based hero. Her class is a tank, and her primary role is control. So yeah, she does control here. So that makes sense that her ultimate ability has control effects in it. Okay, so now I'm going to move on to her second skill, Dire Wolves. This is a passive ability. Mishka fights with 2 wolves by her side. The wolves possess 150% of Mishka's attack rating and 50% of all her other attributes. When a wolf attacks an enemy, they will mark the enemy with a feral bite mark, which lasts for 10 seconds. Each time Mishka deals damage to a marked enemy, she will deal additional damage equal to 5% of the enemy's current health, but the damage shall not exceed 300% of Mishka's attack rating. At level 2, other attributes shared by the wolves are increased to 80%. Level 3, attack ratings shared by the wolves is increased to 200%. And at level 4, the additional damage Mishka deals to enemies marked with a feral bite is increased to equal 10% of their current health, but shall not exceed 600% of Mishka's attack rating value. So yeah, she just pretty much has 2 wolves, and the wolves have certain stats here. And the wolves can also give enemies a feral bite mark, which lasts for 10 seconds. And then when Mishka deals damage to any marked enemy, the damage increased to 10% of their current health, and it will not exceed 600% of Mishka's attack rating value with the level 4. So yeah, this ability also sounds pretty good. This Dire Wolves ability also sounds really good. I'm glad to see that Lilith added wolves to this hero. Yeah, it was kind of disappointing when they did Alna, and they didn't really give her any animals to use. So yeah, this kind of makes up for it pretty much. Okay, looking at her third skill, remember these 2 skills are these 2 bottom skills are affected by engraving, and I'll look at the engraving after looking at these 2 skills here. The first one here, Call of the Wild. Mishka's wolves sprint over to the enemy target and grip onto them, causing them to be unable to move or use abilities, marking them with a feral bite mark in the process. Mishka then slashes the enemy 3 times, dealing 220% damage per attack, with the final attack knocking the enemy down, stunning them for 2 seconds. When one of Mishka's wolves dies, the number of attacks becomes 2, When both wolves have died, this ability cannot be used. And with level 2, damage of each attack is increased to 260%, and at level 3, damage of each attack is increased to 300%. So pretty much the wolves will just go over to an enemy and give them the feral bite mark, and then Mishka will just slash at the enemy 3 times, maximum of 3 times, dealing 300% damage with each attack with level 3. And then as the wolves die, the number of times Mishka will slash will become 2, second will become 2, and then when both wolves have died, the ability will not be used anymore. So this sounds like quite a bit of damage here, but the ability will not be used anymore when both wolves have died, so just kind of have to keep that in mind as you're testing Mishka out. So this ability won't be used anymore when both wolves have died. So if both wolves die pretty fast in the beginning of the battle, you will not really even be able to use this ability. So yeah, that's something to think about. It sounds good. It sounds good with the damage, but yeah, the wolves dying could be a problem. And looking at the final ability, Natural Rejuvenation, Mishka pours a healing resin over herself and her wolves that heals a value equal to 150% of her attack rating, and also provides a shield that exists for 6 seconds, which is able to mitigate damage worth 300% of Mishka's attack rating. Now level 2, shield's value is increased to 330% of Grizzle's attack rating. Oh, that's I'm gonna guess that is a typo. I don't see why they would involve Grizzle into this. I'm going to assume that they mean Mishka, not Grizzle with that one. And at level 3, shield value is increased to 360% of Grizzle's attack rating, which again, I'm just going to say that's Mishka there. So essentially, she's going to do some healing here, and also provide a shield that exists for 6 seconds. The shield will have 360% of Mishka's attack rating. The main problem I have with shields is that I feel like they don't last a long time. I feel like when shields are summoned, they just pretty much go away immediately, because the enemies are doing so much damage. Yeah, people are running this game at such high level deficiencies that shields are pretty much worthless at this point. So yeah, we'll just have to see about this ability. But the healing sounds pretty good as well. The healing sounds pretty good though. Okay, so now I'm going to look at the engraving, and hopefully her engraving can be pretty useful. I'm going to start with the Call of the Wild one here. Damage of each attack is increased to 500% if the enemy is using a shield. So I believe the final damage is 300%. So it's increasing it by 200%, which sounds really good. But the problem is it's only doing that if the enemy is using a shield, which, like I said before, the shields just, I feel like in my opinion, just die off really fast, so you might not be able to have a lot of opportunities to use this engraving, this plus 30 engraving. We'll just have to see about what testing looks like with this ability. We'll see how this works out. And looking at the Natural Rejuvenation, all allied heroes receive healing and are shielded. Okay, that one sounds really good. All allied heroes receive healing, so she'll be able to heal everybody on your team, and you'll also get a shield as well. Yeah, the shield might be a little bit useless though, but we'll just have to see about the shield. But everyone receiving healing though sounds really good there. The plus 60 sounds really good. And yeah, looking at the details, let's see what the stats are. Yeah, the stats look pretty good there. Yeah, that all looks pretty good. Okay, I looked at the engraving. I'm going to look at the signature item next. See what the signature item looks like. Bare Talons. Signature item skill, natural defense. When Mishka's ultimate ability ends, she receives 30% damage reduction for 8 seconds. If this ability is used again while the damage reduction effects are still present, its effects and duration will be reset. So when Mishka gets out of her werebear form, she'll receive 30% damage reduction for 8 seconds. And if you're able to make her ult fast enough, she'll just be able to have a 30% damage reduction for the entire battle, which that sounds really good. The damage reduction sounds really good there. And with her plus 10, allied heroes attacking enemies marked with Ferrobite deal 15% more damage to them. At plus 20, allied heroes attacking enemies marked with a Ferrobite deal 30% more damage to them. And at plus 30, each enemy that is knocked into the air by Mishka's ultimate ability increases the percentage of damage reduction by an additional 10%. Additional damage reduction can be increased to a maximum of 40%. So, with her plus 30, she'll be able to receive more damage reduction, it looks like, as she knocks more enemies into the air. And I'm guessing what they mean by the reduction kit is increased to a maximum of 40%. I believe that means that when she knocks 4 enemies into the air, she'll receive an additional 40% damage reduction because it's 10% here. So I believe she'll be able to knock a maximum of 40 enemies into the air before this maxes out. And so if you're able to max this out, I believe that means she'll get a 70% damage reduction for 8 seconds, which that actually sounds really good there. That's how I'm translating this. That's how I'm translating that. If that's how it is, that actually sounds really good. And looking at her exclusive furniture, see what her exclusive furniture has. As soon as the furniture loads here. There we go. Natural Unity. With her 3 of 9, 50% of the damage dealt by Mishka's wolves is converted into her health. So that's giving her even more healing, which making her last even longer. I believe this 3 of 9 could give her more of that tanking ability. I feel like she's a tank, but I feel like she isn't really doing that much tanking with her skills. So I believe this could give her like somewhat of more of like a tanking ability, since it's giving her more health. We'll just have to see how this one looks. This one sounds pretty good so far. The 3 of 9 sounds pretty good so far. And the 9 of 9. Each time a wolf dies, Mishka's energy is immediately replenished and her attack rating is increased by 20% and her attack speed is increased by 25 points for the remainder of the battle. So, each time a wolf dies, her energy will be replenished, which that might mean, I believe that means that she will immediately have her energy bar completely full, so she'll be able to do her ultimate ability immediately, and her attack ratings increased by 20%, and her attack speed is increased by 25 points. That's for each time a wolf dies. So I believe that means she can have this done twice, which means she can have her energy replenished twice. She can have a attack rating increase of 40% and attack speed increased by 50 points for the entire battle. Which that sounds extremely good. That sounds really good. I really like that 9 of 9. That 9 of 9 sounds very promising. So yeah, I would definitely say get her plus 30 signature item for that 40% damage reduction, extra damage reduction, and get that 9 of 9 furniture as well. I believe she could do really well with those two. Okay, I'm gonna look at her Arena of Trials here. I'm just gonna see how well she does in the Arena of Trials. As soon as the Arena of Trials page loads, and I'll be able to actually get into it here. There we go. And it's not actually the Arena of Trials, it's just the practice battle, and then a regular battle here. So I'm just going to go ahead and start with the wooden dummy, to see how well she's able to do with this. And it looks like they put her in the front line here, so we'll be able to see what she's able to do. I'm going to turn the battle speed down just so we can see everything. And there she goes. She just went into her werebear form. That looked really good. Her werebear form looked really good. And there she goes again in her werebear form. Yeah, and there's her There's her wolves. They received the healing and the shield there. That looked really good there. And she goes to the most dense part area of the battlefield, and then just knocks him in the air. Yeah, that stun for 6 seconds looks really good. Yeah, we'll just have to see how well she will be able to do with a level deficit, but yeah, because these enemy heroes are very weak here. Yeah, that's looking really good though. That's looking really good. Her wolves are looking very good. Yeah, it looks like I see. Oh, that must be the feral mark there. The little claws there. And then she's able to do even more damage to the enemies with the feral bite mark. Yeah, the wolves look really good. She looks really good as well. Everything about her is just looking really good. Okay, I'm gonna go over to the this Arena Guardian here. Now this is what you would see for the Arena of Trials. You have to use her, and then you can use a random other 4 heroes here. Okay, so I'm gonna use Lucius. Maybe use Rosaline. Rosaline should be able to follow Mishka. I want to see how that works. And let's put Nara in there as well. Put Nara to take out the Sophia. And then let's put Belinda in there. Why not? Let's put the Belinda in there. And let's see how this team does. Just click battle. And again, I'll just have it on ×1 speed. Just hope that we'll be able to see what's going on here. They already took out Titus here. Titus is already gone. So yeah, getting rid of that Titus very quickly was a very good thing, because she would have been crowd controlled for quite a while from Titus's scream or whatever. There goes everyone pretty much. That burst of damage there just took out everybody. We almost got it down though. I felt like we were pretty close there. Look at that healing. All that healing she did, and then she also took the most amount of damage as well. Yeah, that healing was very good there. She's looking really good with the wooden dummy. She looked really good, and her healing looked really good as well. Giving that tank sort of tanking ability there, kind of like I kind of like to call it a pseudo tanking, I guess, because I mean she isn't really doing damage mitigation. She's just raising her health up so she can take more damage. I just kind of like to call it pseudo tanking, I guess. But yeah, it's kind of like tanking nonetheless, though. So yeah, that's my review of Mishka. Overall, she looks really good. Her signature item and her furniture looks really good, and she looks very good in the Arena of Trials. So this will be pretty much the end of the video. I just wanted to look at Mishka here, look at her skills, her engraving, her signature item furniture, and look at her in the Arena of Trials. So thank you guys for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, and comment anything you want to see me do in AFK Arena, and I might do it in the future. So thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. See you later.